Hello, everyone. I'm Ronald Rolak, supervisor of the Aurora Center for Active Adults, coming to you from the Aurora Center for Active Adults. I'm here to introduce Police Officer Jim Seneca of the Aurora Police Department, who is the Senior Resource Officer for the City of Aurora, who has an office at the Aurora Center for Active Adults. He's going to be presenting tips and specifics today on avoiding scams, because in today's climate, with COVID-19 and other things going on, seniors are targeted more than ever. So with that, I would like to bring our Senior Resource Officer up to present on avoiding scams. Take notes on those tips, and thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Thanks, Ron. I'm going to take my mask off so you can understand what I'm saying here. Like Ron says, I am the Senior Resource Officer. My name is James Seneca. My office is here at the Aurora Center for Active Adults. I've been here almost 8 years. I've been with the Aurora Police Department for almost 25 years this month. So from time to time, you'll see me here interacting with our seniors. I'm going to talk about a bunch of different things that we do. I'm part of the Special Victims Unit. My title is a Senior Resource Officer, meaning I give resources to our seniors. I'm very privileged, and I'm part of a special group called the Special Victims Unit. I believe it's the largest unit in the state. Our unit is being supervised by our Sergeant Eric Ortiz. We have 1 detective and 5 investigators and myself as the Senior Resource Officer, and then a volunteer, Bill DeHay, who does a lot of different things for our unit and does some research for our unit as well. So some brief introductions. Originally from Buffalo, New York. Have 3 great kids. 2 are going to be going to college next month. I have 1 still in high school. I enjoy what I do. I love helping our seniors. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different things and resources for you. More importantly, we just want you to be safe. So wear your mask. Like myself, I don't know if you know that, I'm a cancer survivor. My immune system is compromised, and so I have to make sure I wear my mask. So being seniors, your immune system is going to be compromised as well. So do the best you can to stay away from crowds and away from people as much as you can, but wear your mask. And it's because it's state mandated anyway. So I enjoy what I do. Like I said earlier, I get out to the community. I do presentations to churches, various groups, HOA groups. To my knowledge, we are one of the only police departments in the state that has a dedicated Senior Resource Officer. We've had a dedicated Senior Resource Officer position for the past 20 years. So seniors, if they have questions or concerns, they can call me, and I'll give you my information here at the end of my presentation in a few minutes. So you can call me with your concerns, and I can get back to you and give you resources to help you. So I hope everybody's doing well. I know this is kind of a crazy time right now, but more importantly, stay healthy. I'm going to give you my information where my office is. It's over here at the Aurora Center for Active Adults, 30 Delmar Circle, right next to the pool. My phone number is 303-739-7944, and I work Monday through Thursday. We'll go over some of the scams. There's so many scams, and unfortunately, these scammers take advantage of our citizens and especially our seniors because you guys tend to be too trusting. And please, one saying that I'm sure you've heard many, many, many times: if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. If someone comes across and says something's free, or they're offering millions of dollars and there's fees involved and taxes involved, then that's probably a scam. 99.9% of the time, it's a scam. The only legitimate lottery is the Colorado lottery and the Powerball. So right now, what's going on because of the coronavirus situation, they are jumping on board with all these different scams. I want to talk briefly about some of these scams. The first one is the free test for the coronavirus. There's all kinds of tests out there. I would recommend you go to your physician and go to your carrier and just go to them, and they have a process that they go through to make sure that it's done right, number one, and number two, that it's legit. A lot of times these scammers will contact you either by the phone or through your computer, offering these free services, and lo and behold, they're not free. And lo and behold, you have to pay fees, and more than likely, it's not going to be a legit test. So that's one scam as well. That's pretty common. Medicare, Medicaid scams continues to happen over and over. They'll pretend to be a representative from Medicaid or Medicare offering these services to take a coronavirus test. They're not legit. Like I said, just refer back to your physician and go that route, and because you know it's legit. They're offering these free tests. If you go through your physician, you won't have to worry about a free test, whether it's legit or not. They're a dime a dozen. They're all over the place. They're also offering sanitation supplies and personal protective equipment, masks, gowns, gloves. It's free, when in reality it's not free. They'll probably offer you they want your personal information, they want your date of birth, they want your social security number, they want a fee involved. So more than likely it's a scam, and more than likely it's going to be over the computer or by phone. So please be careful, because they're out there, like I said, dime a dozen. Just a quick story, back when the Aurora Century 16 theaters happened 8 years ago, they had 50 fake websites within 24 hours, soliciting money, asking for donations. Within less than 24 hours, there was 50 fake websites out there. So just be careful. They're going to jump on board and try to take advantage of the situation. Another scam is job scams. I know most of our seniors are looking for maybe some extra money. They're offering some very lucrative type jobs, and they're going to pay you well and pay you $20-25 an hour. When in reality, that's a scam. Again, they're going to ask for fees and maybe some costs involved to get this great job, paying you $20-25 an hour. In reality, it's not even true. It's, again, if they start asking you for money and fees, that should be the red light going off saying, oh, this sounds like a scam to me. Again, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Another common scam, and you'll probably see it even into next month. We don't have to worry about too much about the unemployment benefits, but the stimulus checks. A representative will get on phone with you and say, this is caseworker Seneca from the Department of Treasury. You have a stimulus check coming. We will send it to you if you just give us your name, your full name, your address, your date of birth, social security number, and before you know it, you just gave me your personal information. I cannot stress enough, I say it, I probably said this 1,000 times. Do not give out your personal information over the phone or over the computer that involves your full name, your date of birth, and your social security number. That's what they want. They want to use that information for identity theft. So never give that information out over the phone or the computer. Some other scams that I talk about when I do presentations to various groups, the lottery scam. Matter of fact, our director, Ron, just got a letter he showed me last week. He got a letter saying that he was going to get millions and millions of dollars from this very giving person from outside the country, but there was fees involved and taxes involved, but he really wanted to give this money to Ron. And when I looked at it, Ron knew it was a fake, fictitious scam as well. Those happen all the time. You have to remember that these scam artists are going to hit you through the mail, over the phone, and through the computer. So you have to be very diligent on being aware of these types of things, because number one, you're a vulnerable group, and they're targeting you. So again, I'm going to say that saying again, over and over and over again. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. If they're going to offer you millions of dollars, and then the red light comes on that there's fees involved and taxes involved, then it's a scam. Another scam that I mostly deal with has been kind of quiet, but the grandparent scam seems to be very common even to this day, where one of their grandchildren calls them on the phone and says that I'm in jail in Idaho and I got stopped for a traffic violation and I need $2,000 to get out of jail. And before you know it, you're going to Walgreens or Walmart and you're sending them a cash card via a card. They send that information over the phone, and before you know it, you just threw away $2,000. So just slow things down. I tell our grandparents to slow things down, and either call one of your children, son or daughter, and say, is Jeremy in Idaho? He just called me and said that he got arrested. And before you know it, it's verified that Jeremy's not in Idaho. Jeremy is home sleeping or he's at work. So don't be too hasty and get nervous. And before you know it, you're sending that money away and you just threw away $2,000. Also, Social Security, a lot of times you get representatives, so-called representatives from the Social Security Administration, Medicaid and Medicare, where they're representing themselves. And again, they're trying to verify information that you are in fact Mr. Seneca. Can I have your date of birth? Can I verify your Social Security number? Can I verify your address? And before you know it, you give these scammers your personal information, and before you know it, you've been scammed with identity theft. So I have never seen anybody, it probably does happen on rare occasion, where they'll call you over the phone, but more than likely Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare will send you a letter. They'll send you a letter and then say, we need this information, or we need to verify that information, or we're doing an audit, and before you know it, you send them that information back, you mail it back to them, but never over the phone. They're not going to call you. It's very rare that you'll get a hold of any live body over the phone. So just be aware of that as well. That's still common as well. Remembering, obviously, the common denominator is they want your identity. I can tell you right now, most of these scammers have your name, your basic name. They have your address. They have your landline phone number already. The golden stuff is what they want is your date of birth and your Social Security number. They need those two things in order to open up a fictitious account for fraud, or to open up these scamming type fraud accounts with that information. So never give that information out over the phone. Another common, you probably won't see it for a while, probably not until the end of the year or early next year, is the Internal Revenue scam. Again, they're representing themselves over the phone, and they're saying, I'm caseworker Seneca with the Internal Revenue Service, and we did an audit, and you owe us $2,000, and if you don't come up with that money within 24 hours, we're going to come to your residence and arrest you. Again, slow things down. The IRS is not going to come to your house and arrest you, but I've had cases where people send them money. They go to Walgreens, get the card, send them that information. Before you know it, you just wasted $2,000 by giving them information like that. So if you feel you've been victimized, you can contact me in my office, and we're going to have this information on this video. Again, my phone number again is 303-739-7944. Another great resource that I refer to, and ironically, I belong to AARP, I'm proud to say, is called, if you belong to AARP, you can go online, and they have a system called the AARP Elder Watch. They have tips. They have some great tips there. They have some great information on there. It's updated almost weekly. That's a great resource to have. You can call me anytime, and I can go through it, call them. Most of the time, any numbers that these scammers are using are not good. They change these numbers left and right, and before you know it, if I call them, it's a dead number. I'm not sure if you know, there's apps out there that they can use fake profiles, they can use fake information, and just get a new number, they're a dime a dozen to get those numbers and get that information. One more thing, it's Facebook and social media. In my opinion, it's a curse. I still participate in social media, but you have to be careful. I participate in social media because of my charity, Cops Fighting Cancer, and we'll talk about that in a couple minutes about how I got scammed years ago, back in 2010. But please be careful. I get the information sometimes from our citizens where, when they send you an instant message and they gain access, they hacked into your account, and before you know it, Jim, can you send, I'm in Paris, France, and I need $1,000. Someone took my personal information. Can you send me $1,000 to this address? Or Bitcoin is pretty common. It's very common for these scammers to use. So be careful of Facebook. If you can get someone to go through your privacy guidelines, I would strongly advise to do that and put as little information on Facebook and social media as possible, and turn down your locator on your Facebook page, because sometimes they can follow you around where you're going. It's kind of scary, and it's not uncommon for them to hack into your Facebook account. So again, if you have questions or concerns, that's what I'm here for. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, my phone number is 303-739-7944. We want you to be safe. That's my job, to make sure that you're safe, but don't fall victim to these scammers, because they're very, very, very persistent, and they won't stop calling you. So stay healthy. We hope to see you soon, and miss you guys. And hopefully we'll see you very, very soon, and stay well. Thank you. I want to share real quickly about what happened to me personally. And I'm not sure some of our people know that I'm a cancer survivor going on 33 years next month. I started a charity called Cops Fighting Cancer. We can talk about that as well. You have to be careful when you donate to charities. Every charity in the state of Colorado should be they're processed through the state attorney general's office, and there's certain criteria that you have to follow. So go to their website to make sure that's a legitimate charity, and Cops Fighting Cancer is. Long story short, in 2010, I had a young lady come to me, said that she was terminally ill with cancer, and she had brain tumors and all kinds of things. She looked like it. Her hair was gone. She looked like she was in pain. We spent, as an organization, Cops Fighting Cancer, we spent about $10,000 in helping her with hotel lodging and assistance, and we worked with various hotels in the Aurora area to help her. Originally, she was from Portland, Oregon, and she seeked me out. That was the bad thing that we talked about earlier, being they can Google you or whatever and get on Facebook. See, I believe in my heart of hearts that she seeked me out, and she tried to scam me and scam our organization, and she did. Lo and behold, it was a big scam. She never had cancer. She duped us for about $10,000. It was very disappointing, to say the least. So we filed a police report. We filed felony charges on her, and ironically, she reimbursed us that $10,000. Most of the time that doesn't happen. So we were very fortunate that we were able to get that money back, and then in order to give that money and donate that money to other families. So I don't want you to be victimized like we were. Again, I was probably too trusting. I didn't have my police hat on. I had my Cops Fighting Cancer giving hat, and you just have to be aware, because you just never know. When she was sentenced in court years ago, I told the judge she deserved an Academy Award. I mean, she even went to the lengths of getting sick. I've seen her a number of times getting sick in front of me and vomiting. I mean, that was her craft. She knew it well. She knew what to say. She knew the Bible very well. But luckily and fortunately, we were able to file charges, and a district attorney's office at the time in Arapahoe County filed felony charges, and she was convicted of a class 4 felony, and that's on her record. So please be careful. That's why I share my story, and I don't want you to be scammed like we were. I know it's been a hot summer. I know June and part of July has been very, very hot. I don't know how many 100-degree days we had, but the Volunteers of America have free fans, and I want to talk about the criteria real quickly. 60 years of age and older, on unlimited income, has not participated in previous years, and you must live in Adams County, Arapahoe County, Denver, Douglas, or Jefferson County. So if you want a free fan to kind of cool things down in your house, the 20-inch fan, you can call Wayne, the program coordinator. His phone number is 720-264-3366 to get your free fan.